At the very edge of the solar system, far beyond the warmth of the sun, there is a world that we thought we understood for decades, a tiny, lonely sphere drifting through the darkness. It has been waiting for 4.5 billion years in the black heart of the Kuiper Belt. This is Pluto. From Earth, it looked peaceful, silent. But in 2015, everything changed when NASA's New Horizons spacecraft finally arrived. After a journey of nearly 10 years and almost 5 billion kilometers, scientists expected to see a cratered fossil, a world frozen solid and completely dead. Instead, what they saw left them speechless. Pluto was not still. Pluto was moving. Its surface was shifting. Its mountains were rising. Vast fields of nitrogen ice were slowly flowing like rivers in slow motion. This tiny world sitting in one of the coldest regions of the solar system was far more alive than anyone had predicted. And the deeper scientists looked, the stranger Pluto became. Because this distant dwarf planet was not simply mysterious. It was a world where frozen gases behave like rock, where entire landscapes reshape
frames
themselves
are coming
slowly,
down now. Look at that
temperatures
resolution.
colder than liquid
Confirmed
nitrogen,
receipt. It's clearer than
and
we
where the
ever
sun
expected.
is just a distant star,
Absolutely
barely
incredible.
bright enough to cast a shadow. Pluto is not what we thought it was, not at all. And the truth about this frozen frontier might force us to rethink what it means to be a planet. Imagine standing there. The sky would never turn a clear blue. There would be no warm sunrise. Instead, the sun would look like an extremely bright star in an utterly black sky. Yet even in that bone-deep cold, Pluto is anything but simple. Its average surface temperature is around -230 degrees Celsius, cold enough that nitrogen, the gas that makes up most of Earth's atmosphere, freezes completely solid. Methane freezes. Carbon monoxide freezes. The entire landscape is made of exotic ices with properties completely unlike the frozen water we know on Earth. On Pluto, ice is geology. Mountains are made of frozen water, ice as hard as stone. Glaciers do not flow with water, they flow with solid nitrogen. And those glaciers are moving, very slowly. A massive heart-shaped region called Tombor Regio, named after Clyde Tombaugh, the astronomer who discovered Pluto in 1930, was seen in the first images from New Horizons. The bright heart looked almost friendly, a cosmic valentine floating in the dark. But the closer scientists looked,
We did
the more
it!
unsettling
We
it became.
have Pluto!
Because the left side of that heart
Look at
was
that
extraordinary.
resolution. It's
A
incredible.
vast frozen plain called Sputnik Planitia. It stretches nearly 1,000 kilometers across and has no impact craters. None. That is deeply strange. Most surfaces in the outer solar system are covered in craters, their ancient landscapes scarred by billions of years of asteroid impacts. But Sputnik Planitia looks young. Geologically young. That means something is actively reshaping the surface of Pluto. And the culprit is something almost unimaginable. The plains are made of nitrogen glaciers. These glaciers slowly convect, like a thick pot of soup simmering on a stove. Warm nitrogen rises, cold nitrogen sinks. The surface churns. Over millions of years, this slow circulation continuously erases impact craters, endlessly refreshing the landscape. Pluto should not have geological activity, but it does. And the mysteries do not stop there, because Pluto also has mountains, enormous mountains. Some stand 3 to 4 kilometers tall, but they are not made of rock. They are made of frozen water ice. At these temperatures, water ice becomes as rigid and as strong as granite on Earth. These towering peaks rise from the surface like frozen cathedrals, sharp and ancient, standing guard over plains of nitrogen that slowly swallow everything around them. Then there is the atmosphere. Yes, an atmosphere. Even at the edge of the solar system, Pluto has a thin shell of gas surrounding it, mostly nitrogen, with small traces of methane and carbon monoxide. Pluto's gravity is weak, only about 6% of Earth's. That means gas molecules can easily escape into space. And they do. Every passing second, Pluto's atmosphere is leaking, drifting into the void like smoke from a dying fire. But here is where it gets strange. As Pluto moves along its elliptical orbit, it sometimes drifts slightly closer to the Sun. When that happens, the surface warms just enough for the frozen nitrogen to sublimate, turning directly from solid to gas. The air grows thicker. Then, as Pluto drifts farther away again, the atmosphere begins to freeze and collapse, falling back down as frost. Pluto breathes. It inhales when it approaches the Sun and exhales when it retreats. A world that builds and destroys its own sky over the course of centuries. Despite all of these discoveries, Pluto may still be hiding an even deeper secret. Buried beneath its frozen crust, many scientists now believe that Pluto may contain a subsurface ocean, a body of liquid water lying deep beneath hundreds of kilometers of ice. Pluto is extraordinarily cold, but radioactive elements inside its rocky core may still generate enough heat to keep water in a liquid state far underground. The existence of this ocean would explain something that puzzled researchers. Sputnik Planitia is so heavy with nitrogen ice that it should have caused Pluto to roll over millions of years ago. But it did not. The only explanation that fits is a dense layer of liquid water acting as a counterweight beneath the basin, hidden, invisible, but shaping everything above it. If that ocean is real, then Pluto joins an extraordinary club, another ocean world, a place where liquid water might exist even at the farthest edge of the solar system. And wherever there is liquid water, scientists always ask the same question. Could something be alive down there? No one knows for certain. But the possibility alone makes Pluto far more fascinating and far more unsettling than anyone ever expected. The story of Pluto also reveals something important about how little we still know. For decades, Pluto was simply called the ninth planet. Then in 2006, it was reclassified as a dwarf planet, a demotion that sparked debates that continue to this day. But Pluto does not care about our labels. It does not care about our categories or our textbooks. It simply continues its slow, quiet orbit through the dark, taking 248 years to complete a single trip around the Sun. Patient, silent, waiting. Beyond Pluto lies the Kuiper Belt, a vast region containing thousands, perhaps millions of icy objects. Some of them may be just as strange. Some may be larger. Some may hold secrets even more shocking than what we found on Pluto. We have only glimpsed the beginning. The edge of the solar system is not empty. It is not dead. It is a frozen wilderness full of worlds we have barely begun to understand. And Pluto was just the first door we opened.